Hi, my name is Josie Ambroise. I'm the Director of Operations and Marketing for the Valerie King team of Keller Williams Realty. I have been in that position for over 5.5 years now, and I am so excited to share with you today some tips and strategies on developing a social media plan for your business. So you personally might use social media, and if you don't use it at all, then this is definitely for you, right? But if you use social media as just a user, you're probably not necessarily shifting it into the mindset of how can I use this for my business, right? As an entrepreneur. So we want to be able to share a few ideas, a few platforms that you want to make sure that you're tapping into, or at least when you're ready to continue to expand your reach, some different platforms that you can look into that you might not be using yet, and some ways to, again, plan. You can post sporadically, but if you really want to be purposeful about using social media as a way to generate leads, generate some buzz about your business and gain some potential customers, then you really want to have a plan. You want to be consistent with it. And so hopefully that will be what you get out of today's session. So let me just screen share real quick and pull this up for you guys. Okay, so for developing a social media plan, we are going to focus on what are some of the top platforms that you can use to develop that plan. So Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, and YouTube. Those are definitely the top platforms right now that are not just social media, but online platforms, right? So Facebook, that's not necessarily geared as much towards the millennials. That is the one disclaimer I'll kind of say. A lot of millennials, they'll joke and they'll say Facebook is for like my parents. I don't use Facebook. So, okay. So if you are a millennial, or if your target market is strictly just millennials, then you might not want to be on Facebook because they might dabble here and there, but that's not where most of their time is. And they're probably not going to see your content. So you really need to tailor to your demographic, right? Now, Instagram is for your photos. So you need images. It's not the place where you necessarily just want to be posting too much text. So that's something where it's become one of the most popular platforms. It's kind of neck and neck with TikTok almost. So I would definitely encourage you to have an Instagram account. The beauty of Facebook and Instagram is that they can be linked. So you don't need to put necessarily a ton of effort. If you have one or the other, just create the second account, right? So if you have Facebook, create an Instagram account and vice versa. You just link your business pages. So I'm assuming hopefully that you all have business pages for your businesses. You can do this with your personal pages. And as entrepreneurs, I encourage you to create separate business pages to also promote your business specifically, as well as posting it on your personal pages. So with Facebook and Instagram, again, you can link them, you can post between the two. So for our team, for example, when I do the marketing, I post on Instagram, I sync it to Facebook. So I only need to post the one time, right? When I do them manually in the moment. So it will just automatically sync over. And that's such a helpful feature. So I don't have to go back and forth between the two platforms to post the same exact content. Now, TikTok is kind of just came out of nowhere, right? So they just blew up the whole kind of social media platform with video, and it's become now one of the most popular places. Like if you're not on TikTok, right, what are you doing? So TikTok is just for video really though. So, and it's for fun videos, for just real quick videos that you can do. You can they're similar to reels, right? And that is a big part of why arguably that Instagram kind of came out with reels to kind of compete against TikTok, because again, these are different platforms, different owners, so they're competitors. So Instagram, literally just earlier this week or last week, you could post video on Instagram, for example, or you could post reels, and then they got rid of video. One day I logged in and they're like, video is no longer supported. And so every video that you post is now just automatically going to be uploaded as a reel on Instagram. And again, part of that is because they're just trying to compete with TikTok and the TikTok videos. You see a lot of TikTok videos on Instagram as well when people kind of use the reels, respin them, repost them. So definitely another platform that I would encourage you. That one's kind of fun if you wanted to do, again, just silly. And it kind of helps people see you as the person behind the business. You can just do really quick videos that people will just be able to watch, share, and maybe even recreate, right? So TikTok is really popular, like the easiest thing to do if you're just trying to mimic. That's one of the big features. So you see all these different dance videos come out, like, or do this challenge, a crate challenge, whatever it is. So you're literally just following several other TikTok videos, and you're kind of just submitting, hey, this is my version of this challenge, or this is my version of being able to do this dance. And you can pull other people into it if they're willing to join in with you, family members, if you have business partners or employees that you want to pull in with you to do these things and make it fun. So again, just another platform that I'd encourage you to use. Snapchat, something again that really a lot more millennials use, probably more than anything else. Snapchat is very similar to stories on Instagram and stories on Facebook, where you can just do quick snaps of kind of where you are, what you're doing. They only last for 24 hours. And so, it's just another platform that, depending on who your demographic is, that they might be on. And that's the whole point. Where are your people spending their time, right? So you want to get to know, where is your demographic most likely going to be browsing when they get up in the morning? How guilty are you to, like me, do you grab your phone and check your messages? Do you go see, like, did I miss any notifications? Did anybody message me on, like, Facebook or Instagram? So where's your customer base spending their time? If you're at work, you get distracted, you kind of pick up your phone. Am I going to TikTok? Am I going to Instagram? And wherever I'm going, that's where you, the entrepreneur, want to be, right? And then YouTube. So YouTube is going to be longer videos, right? Now, YouTube is going to be something, it's a little different of a platform that takes some time to get comfortable with. And I know a lot of people aren't comfortable with video. And the name of the game, though, for quite some time has been video. And TikTok kind of just came in and made it that much more relevant and important to just get videos out there. So what I would encourage you to do to get a little bit more comfortable with video is just practice doing quick videos. This was something that I picked up from a realtor friend of mine, right? And when I would just be driving to work, I had a car cell phone stand, and I might just turn the camera on, do a quick Facebook Live, or if I was just out and about, just do a quick live. And even things like that, that's all people sometimes are looking for. They want to see your face, they want to hear your voice. So just a quick, hey, so this is my day. Kind of just wanted to come on and say hi. Miss seeing you all. We're just coming out of COVID still, with being stuck inside and not necessarily seeing people as much as we've been used to prior to that. So whatever kind of easy ways that you can get yourself comfortable with doing it. Don't worry about making it professional. Don't worry about, not at first, right? Don't worry about trying to come up with content. It's literally just hopping on and being vulnerable, being yourself. And if you could do a quick 60-second video, then you're golden. So get comfortable with doing things like that. That'll help you get more comfortable with creating reels. That'll help you eventually get more comfortable into kind of going into the TikTok realm if you're not already comfortable with it. And then eventually work your way up to doing YouTube videos, which again is a whole kind of different animal. So all of these platforms are free to use. And as an entrepreneur, free is the name of the game, right? So wherever we can get some access to promote ourselves for free, we need to take advantage of those. So I want to see you signed up on all these different platforms, or at least most of them. Because I would be lying. I actually am not someone who is on TikTok a lot at all. And yet I know that that's something I just can't get myself to do it. And I know that it's such a huge platform. It's like the platform now, it's as far as like buzz goes. So don't be like me and get yourself on these platforms. So, okay. Some other platforms that aren't necessarily like the social media types that I also want to encourage you to be on, shifting gears just for a quick second, right, would be things like Google, things like Yelp, LinkedIn. LinkedIn is social media. I didn't include it because it's really more for business to business and networking type exposure. It's not kind of it's not necessarily considered just a social arena, right? And these are still places, again, that depending on who your demographic is and who your client base is, that if you think that they're on these sites, then that's where you need to be. Google has a page, right? You can create a business page and it's free. So you want to make sure to claim your business name, whatever it might be. You can create a free page for yourself. You just have to attach it to whatever your Gmail is that you're going to want to have the business page associated with. And then the more that you can plug into that, put your logo there, put photos and descriptions, if you have business hours, any extra information to really make it feel like a business, even if you're just a freelancer and you don't have a physical location. But if you can set up that Google page, that actually helps a lot. That will help drive the way the algorithms work. That will help drive them to expose you to more people in your local area. So I would definitely encourage you to get your Google page set up. And then if you have like Yelp, for example, it's a place where people can search for services and things of that nature, then you want to get yourself on all of those different platforms. Okay. And again, these platforms are free. So why not take advantage of them? Why not take advantage of them? Okay, so when we're going to get back to talking about developing a social media plan, right? So part of that plan is going to be having a content calendar. That's really kind of the direction that you want to go in. So if you can come up with, again, start small if that's what you can do. If you don't have the time to necessarily spend a ton of energy trying to think of all these posts, I totally get that. As new entrepreneurs, as busy entrepreneurs, time is money. So start small. And if you can come up with a calendar though, and try to time block. It's one thing that as entrepreneurs, we don't do enough for ourselves. You have to spend some time to work on the business, not always just in the business. And so something like this, your social media plan, your content, your marketing, your branding for your business, all of those things is you working on the business and trying to get more business. So a content calendar, I mean, it can literally be a physical calendar if that's what's going to work for you. It could be something in your Google, it could be digital. There's some platforms that we'll get into in a little bit that can do auto publishing for you, where you can schedule the posts. So if you just want to work on a post like a month at a time even, or a week at a time, then you can do that. And you can have some of these platforms schedule them out for you on some of the platforms, not on all of them. Some of the different types of things that you might look to post, depending on what your business is, you want to typically aim, depending on what the platform is. So I like to go with the rule of 3, right? So if I can do posts almost every other day, maybe not on the weekends, because a lot of times you might either be busy or you're burnt out from the week, and that's your family time, and I get that. So if you can at least aim for 3 a day, then that's a good start. As far as the way the algorithms work, I'm sorry, 3 a week, then that's a good start. Now, as far as the way that the algorithms work, it's actually suggested for Facebook, right? If you want to grow your audience and grow your page and followers, Facebook actually recommends only posting once a day. So just keep that in mind. It's going to be different for all the different platforms. And now if you're on Instagram, for example, Instagram ideally recommends you posting a minimum of twice a day. Now, you can post more than that in your stories if you want, because, the stories can just continue on and on and on. But at least like the actual timeline, the actual feed, at least twice a day. Now, when you're going into TikTok, now TikTok wants you there all the time. Like they just want you there. So they suggest posting at least 1 to 3 times a day. And again, with TikTok, you're typically talking like quick, fun videos. So it's potentially doable. It just, you have to build up to it. And then with Snapchat, remember that's 24 hours. It's kind of like stories. So you can feel free to post more often on a platform like that. And then when you talk about YouTube, so again, YouTube being kind of a different animal, not necessarily social media platform, and yet YouTube is very popular. Like all of my nieces and nephews, they're just constantly on YouTube watching cartoons and these things. And I'm like, who needs TV anymore? You're just always on YouTube. So that is an arena that's not as tapped yet, and it will continue to get more popular and to continue to be a place where more people go to try to get followers, get subscribers. And so, as far as YouTube goes, they actually really want you to post at least 3 times a week. Now, that to me sounds like a lot, depending on, again, who your demographic is and what it is you're trying to put content out for. So that's another example where I would say just work your way up to it. If you can get even 1 post a week to start, then build up to the 3, then, just go from there. Try not to overwhelm yourself through the process. So besides those types of things, you want to keep in mind when you're figuring out, where do I need to post this content? So me personally, if I can get 1 a day, really is where my goal tends to be with the business that I run for the team, then I feel really good about that. If I could have gotten my 1 a day, at least the Monday through Friday, and if I can get an extra post in on the weekend, then great. And if I can't, then it is what it is, right? Because I'm just not stressing, and that's not where our primary focus is right now. And so again, if your focus is growing your business and getting more followers and things like that, then you really do want to be more mindful of these algorithms and follow them more closely. So you're like, all right, well, what am I going to post? Like, so if I create this content calendar, so literally a physical calendar, so we're in the month of August. So I have my August calendar. What is it that I'm going to post, right? That's what you want to map out. It's, again, you're working on the business. So come up with it. What's your plan? Monday motivational posts, they're always a great post. Something either motivational or maybe the week ahead, or even like, how does your weekend go? So if you didn't post on the weekend, and yet if you were someone who works on the weekend and you were busy, it's kind of like hey, I crushed this weekend and this is what happened. Or I'm ready for the week ahead. Or just something positive, hope you all have a great week who's watching my page. That's an easy post to do. Tuesday, something catchy is always fun and it's easier to remember, right? So there's things like you might do Tuesday tips, you might do Tuesdays tastings if you are a new like restaurant entrepreneur, right? What can you do to kind of make it fun and memorable for your client, your audience base, and go with that. So being consistent for the day of the week, for example, is part of what I would suggest when you're mapping out your content calendar. So if every Monday I'm posting Monday motivational posts, then I need 4 for the month, and maybe 5, depending on how many weeks there are that month. And so that's going to be easier for me to just kind of map out. And then every Tuesday, if I'm doing Tuesday tastings for my restaurant business, then what's a different dish that I can highlight, right? And post some beautiful picture or imagery or video of stirring and all the things, right? So I'm going to do that every Tuesday. Wednesday, what can I come up with for every Wednesday? Or maybe I skip Wednesdays, because by Wednesday, I'm getting into the busyness of the week. Maybe I need to do scheduling. I'm doing inventory. I don't have time to post on Wednesdays, right? So, all right. So now we're going to Thursdays. What can I do on Thursdays? Maybe Thursdays is going to be just like a behind the scenes type of day. And so every Thursday, you're just doing different behind the scenes posts about your company, about you or the business. So whether it's you out shopping for something for the business, you creating something for a client, you take, doing taste testings for recipes for a new dish that you're working on, whatever it might be. That's just an example of something that you might want to do, again, depending on what your business is. And then Fridays, I like to do feel good Friday type posts. So whatever that's going to mean for you, right? Because by the end of the week, most of us, we're looking for some positive content. It's been a long week. We want to laugh. We want to smile. We want to feel good. So what type of content can you put out there on your Fridays I remember seeing a realtor, and I do regret, I don't remember his name. They had posts that they called it Bar Cart Fridays. And that was a day that they would talk about their closings for the week. And they literally had bar carts in all of their photos with different, fun alcohols. And basically the clients getting ready to celebrate the closings that just happened. And that was kind of their catchy thing, Bar Cart Fridays. It was fun. I still remember it. And it was years ago when I stumbled across it, right? So find something that could kind of be unique to you, make it fun, make it simple. It again, bar cart fried. Don't overthink it, right? And just something that you can help promote your business and help promote, your or product or service. Okay, so as far as the weekends, like I said, I don't typically post a ton on the weekends unless we've had a really busy week and maybe I'm just trying to catch up with posts. Or if we have something special going on that weekend, like we have an event or a giveaway or something, then I might. But some fun posts that I would encourage you to do on the weekends if it doesn't fit into, or rather, if you don't have something to fit into your kind of weekend posting schedule and you want to post on the weekends, that's when I would encourage you to do more personal posts. So you could do more about yourself, right? It might be family day, like what are you doing around the town? Right. So if you're just out shopping, if you're out at Target, if you're out to dinner with friends, just post that. Just post different things about yourself. That's where it comes in handy to do a lot more of that kind of stuff in your stories as well, or that's when you can be doing your TikTok videos and you could just be doing those fun dances with your family and get them to join in with you. And then that's your opportunity to post that kind of stuff on the weekends, right? Maybe if you're not doing the 3 a day TikTok videos, then you can post at least the one time on the weekend and you get your fun video and it showcases you and your family, right? It reminds people that you're just a normal person. You're an entrepreneur, yes, but you're still also a normal person. Maybe you're on vacation. Maybe you're away for the weekend. Maybe you are just staying home with a glass of wine and some Netflix in the background. That's totally fine. I've definitely done posts like that before. Picture the wine, picture whatever show, or I'm scrolling through and like TGIF, and that is my post. And there you go, right? So have fun with it. That's a big part that I do want to emphasize. You have to have fun with it. I know it's work. Obviously, trust me, I know it's work and I know it's time, but the more fun that you can make it for yourself when you're doing it and when you're trying to come up with the ideas, then that will help you kind of just streamline the process more. And so I do want to share. So besides the platforms, like I said, and we're talking about some of the different places to post and coming up with your content calendar. So there actually are some websites that do auto posting for you. So I love this, right? Because again, time is money. So if I can schedule some posts in advance, then that is amazing. And why would you not want to take advantage of that? So as far as auto posting, it's not going to work again for all the different platforms, but most of these will work for most of the platforms. And a lot of them, they'll work for Facebook and Instagram for sure, right? And then some of the other ones you just have to look at. LinkedIn, a lot of them actually also will post on LinkedIn for you as well. So Later is one of the ones that I personally like to use a lot, and it's free. So these top two are the free ones. There's others. These are the ones that I'm just suggesting just to give you guys a couple tips of ones that you could look into further. We're not going to dive deep into different plans or anything like that. But Later and Hootsuite both have a free version. And again, as new entrepreneurs, I encourage you to save your money as much as you can and use the free tools as much as you can to help grow your business organically. You can do things like paid ads for, Facebook, social media to help promote your business. Yes. And the more organic that you can, at least at first, right? The more organic that you can just put content out there to attract potential clients, customers to your business, then that will help as well. And that is perfectly fine to start there until you have the capital to put marketing dollars behind what you're doing. So Later and Hootsuite are two different programs that you can use where you can schedule a post. So literally they have calendars, for example, like I said, you can have a physical content calendar, right? Or you can have a digital one. So they have calendars where you can plug in like, hey, so every Monday I'm going to put it on my calendar. I'm going to create a post. You do still have to create the post, but you can schedule it. What time do you want it to post out? And it'll just takes it off of your mind later in during the week. And then they also, of course, have premium plans where you can upgrade. So Loomly, Post Planner, and Sprout Social are three other very popular platforms that you can use for auto posting. These, like you see the dollar signs, those are all ones that they only have a paid version, but some of them are as little as like even $6 a month. So it doesn't necessarily need to be too cost bearing. So if you are able to pay for a platform and you might like one of these more than the free versions of the other ones, then go for it. So whatever works for you and whatever you're actually going to use, that's what you need to do. Okay. So, I do want to just mention that there was another video which I would encourage you to watch, which was all about building customer relationships through effective marketing. So that one I dug more into different types of posts that you can do to help establish your relationship with your customers, like thank you posts and community spotlight type posts, and some other fun things that you could do when you're trying to build that content calendar for yourself. So I encourage you to go take a look at that one when you have a chance, and hopefully that will help get your creative juices going and help you come up with more ideas of what you want to do when you are planning out your social media content for your business. So guys, I hope that was helpful. I hope you felt like you got some good tips, some things to go do a little bit more research into, some things to help you kind of get your business off the ground running, or if you're already established and maybe you're just looking to grow your business even more and try some different things if you're not on social media, for example, or just want to start tackling that whole arena. So best of luck to you. Definitely start with that content calendar, right? Get yourself on the different platforms, and then just again, remember to make sure that you're consistent. So if you have a Facebook page, Instagram page, and TikTok, for example, try to have the same username across the board. Try to have the same like icon for the profile images, things like that, so that the brand recognition is a lot easier when you are posting to and from the different platforms. If you're sharing them, make sure to share the content and ask for support. You've got friends and family who want to support you. So it's okay to ask them to follow you, ask them to share your post, like your post, especially if you did one that was like extra special to you or that you thought you did a really great job on. Share it with them, maybe, right? And ask if they'd mind, or tag them into it if you can, and encourage them to share the content for you. People do want to support you and watch you and your business grow. So I hope that helped. And I look forward to seeing what you put out there. Again, my name is Josie, and it's been a pleasure. Have a great one. Bye.